Welcome to Localite, everyone. As always, it's great to have you with us. You know, with me in studio today is a very interesting guy. He's Sergeant Kevin Del Grande, and he's with the Oregon State Police Explosives Unit, or otherwise known as the Bomb Squad. And so he's here to talk to us a bit about what they do. And, you know, these guys are on 24/7. They've always got to be ready. And so, Sergeant, and I understand I can call you Kevin.
Yes.
So, Kevin, thanks for coming in. You came all the way up from Salem.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, let's talk about the fact that you guys always have to be on. I mean, you don't have like off days in your department. Everybody is, these types of things are never planned.
Exactly. We never know when a call is going to come in, whether we're assisting another public safety agency that's come across something, or possibly even a citizen that's come across something in an old barn. You know, we still have to deal with it 24/7, 365 days a year.
Yeah.
You know, so we have to maintain some level of coverage.
Now, do most of these calls come in like through 911 and then get routed to your department, or how is that process of communication handled?
Yeah, sometimes it could come in a number of different ways. Sometimes if we've already been there once, they may have a business card of one of our bomb technicians, and they may call them directly.
Okay.
You know, when they find something else.
Is it often that you said, you know, like a calling card, is it often that a business card, is it often that there'll be a location where you'll have been there once and then have to come back multiple times?
It's probably not often, but it's possible.
Okay.
You know, sometimes they'll discover one thing in one maybe outbuilding on a large piece of property and then find another item somewhere else later on.
So it's not always intended to be destructive towards people or property, but sometimes it's actual, like you said, in old barns, stuff that maybe dynamite or something that would have been stored there at some point or something?
Yes, and it's sat there for the last 40, 50 years, and now somebody's come across it and they don't know what to do with it.
Okay, but they're scared of it.
Yeah, it's potentially very dangerous.
Yeah. Well, so talking about the danger, obviously, that you guys face, what exactly does the Bomb Squad, like if you were to give us sort of an overview of the Bomb Squad, what would that be?
You know, bomb squads are out entirely all over the country, and they deal with a number of things. It could be anything from improvised devices to modified fireworks to, you know, chemical bombs, suspicious objects. A lot of times we'll go out to just an object placed somewhere that just doesn't seem right, you know, and in this day and age, we don't know what it is.
Right.
I mean, the potential's there for just about anything. That it may be just mislaid property.
Okay.
And somebody left it in somewhat of a suspicious spot.
Okay. So
we have the tools and the training to deal with it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, deal with it safely.
Are there times where you go out on a call and you guys get there and immediately you can tell, like, this is not dangerous? Or do you still have a whole protocol that you follow?
We follow protocol. We never say immediately it's not dangerous.
Okay.
We treat everything as though it's a bomb until we prove it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the tools that you guys use to determine whether or not it's a bomb? What are some of the things that you guys have at your disposal?
Well, we have some protective equipment like bomb suits and whatnot if we're going to approach, you know, a suspicious object or a known improvised device. We have X-ray equipment to where basically within 3 to 4 minutes we can go up, we can take an X-ray, we can develop that X-ray in just 3 or 4 minutes and be able to look inside of a package to see if we have components of a bomb.
Okay.
You know, briefcase, backpacks. It's not uncommon. You know, you get called to a suspicious backpack, and this has happened in a city park before. We've X-rayed it, and it's turned out to be full of toys. Okay. So we didn't have to do anything with it. We were able to open it up, and somebody tried to find the rightful little youngster owner.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, with the toys inside. So, but it's a way for us to look into some. The X-ray is a way for us to look inside without moving it. You know, and we can either deploy that by hand, we can deploy it off a robot.
Okay.
So we have these robots at our disposal to do that.
What do you have? What do you mean by robots? What are those?
We have what's called they're F6A robots, and we can do a number of things with those. They're equipped with cameras. They can climb stairs. We can shoot disruption tools off of them.
Disruption tools?
Yeah, it's got a gripper, so we can pick stuff up and move it. You know, for instance, if we wanted to move some object and put it in what we call a total containment vessel and move it out of an area, we could do that and not go near it, not put a human body near it. We can pretty much run everything right from the robot.
Do you have like a specialized tech that handles controlling that robot, or are you all trained in that?
We're all trained in that.
Okay.
Just sit at a console with a screen, and you have several cameras that you can flip through to look at different angles, and you can pan the cameras, zoom in, zoom out on certain cameras, and it's got lights on it, so if you go into a dark building, you can turn on lights. You know, like it's got its own headlights and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Is it a very, very slow-moving robot, or can it move fairly quickly? Is this like a long, long process?
It can be, depending on what environment. You can regulate the speed a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. What's the total containment vessel?
The total containment vessel is a trailer basically with it's a large steel ball. And it allows us to put a device in there and move it. And if for some chance it does go off inside that, it'll protect the public.
Okay, so if it was detonated, it's not going to...
If it exploded while it was inside, this ball would contain it.
Okay.
You know, up to a certain size, obviously.
Sure.
You know, anything's breakable.
Right, right. And your suits, what are your suits made out of? What are those?
You know, they've got some Nomex covering and some ballistic panels and stuff to protect us from, you know, frag and stuff like that. Not a lot of... They're not bomb-proof. Mm-hmm. You know, there's still a certain distance, and depending on the size of the object, I mean, it still could be fatal.
Are they heavy? They sound like they'd be heavy.
Yes, they are. They're depending on the model, I think they're roughly between 85 to 95 pounds.
Wow. All right, you guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll continue the conversation about the Bomb Squad. So don't go anywhere.